Howdy everybody, it's Amy here from Amy's Sparkly Diamond Painting and Cross Stitch, and hope everybody is at least surviving out there. It's been kind of tough, I know, for a lot of people out there the last week or two, and I've kind of gone back and forth on what I wanted to share and talk about related to some of the issues going on, but I decided for now I want to keep my channel upbeat, uplifting, and I'm just not going to bite. So as far as the controversial diamond painting videos that have been out lately, I'm just not going to go there. And as far as things going on in the world, just take a deep breath, find your peace in diamond painting. So what is this video about? I'm going to do what I owe you guys, and I promised that I'd do for a while, and that's a diamond painting and cross stitch update and review for the month. However, now it's about a month and a half, and I may try to shoot for every 6 weeks, but part of the reason that I didn't get this video done is because I didn't get the progress done that I really wanted to, and that's on me, but I almost was afraid to show you how little I've done, but I have a good explanation for it, and that also leads me to an update for my channel that's coming up for the next week. So I do have my progress here that I've done on some diamond paintings, and we're going to show that. But part of the reason I haven't gotten much done is because my hand has gotten much worse. So it is my left hand, my diamond painting and cross stitch hand, that I've been having trouble with now off and on for 4 or 5 months. Well, we've tried all sorts of things. I have both tendonitis and carpal tunnel in my left hand that is causing my thumb to not be able to move very well now, as well as all the pain and numbness in my fingers. So what that means is on Wednesday I have hand surgery. So they're going to fix it. They think they can fix it because steroids haven't worked, wearing a brace at night hasn't worked, and it's really cut back on what I've been able to do cross stitch and diamond painting wise, because holding a pencil uses your thumb a lot, and pulling a needle up and down, and even knitting, crochet, it all uses my hand. And it's actually, I can't do it right now, but my thumb doesn't even move slowly, it pops. So I do have a pretty bad case of tendonitis through here, and it's just slowed me down. Hasn't stopped me though, don't worry, I've got some progress to show, but it has slowed me down enough that we need to fix it. So Wednesday afternoon I am going to do outpatient surgery. It's supposed to not be a big deal, but they're going to fix both issues in one shot, and I'll need a few days of recovery. So I'm trying to pre-record some unboxing type videos, but not a whole lot of diamond painting and cross stitch and chat, stitchy chat, stuff like that. You've probably noticed it's been missing on my channel, and that's because I have to take a lot of short breaks. I have to not do it on some days, so that's why my progress has been slow. But don't worry, don't worry. I know I was worried until I ran into the right doctor here in town last week, and he's like, I can fix it, and better yet, I'll fix it next week. So good news on that front. I'm going to have a couple incisions here on my hand, one at my wrist, I think, and one back here at my thumb. And outpatient, they're not even going to put me completely under, which means that I will be back home after a few hours and back in business with crafting a couple days after that. So I'm going to pre-record a few things so that I have something to share in case it does hurt a little worse than expected for a few days. But don't worry, I will actually be hopefully better than ever. It's been frustrating for a few months, so I'm looking forward to this and looking forward to fixing everything so I can go back to all the diamond painting and cross stitch stuff that keeps piling up. So let's move on to happy things here and show progress. So I don't have any finishes, but I do have a little progress. The diamond painting actually hurt worse than cross stitch, so most of the progress was earlier in the month until things just got pretty painful. So what do we have here? First off, well, it's hard to see. Let me peel these off. I started one of the newer Art Dot kits, the new 12 pack here. This was the latest with all their animals here, and let me peel it off so you can see the full effect there of the full image here. But this is by Louise Golby. and she did all the animal newer ones. I got the bottom part done. There are some AB drills in there. Hopefully you can see the really good sparkle there. And this one has been a pleasure to do because they have fixed the dust problem on their diamonds. So I know that the first set, the Zoe Lee set, had a little bit of extra static guard on the diamonds or whatever they use for anti-static, which made you go through wax a little bit more frequently. I did this whole section with all the same wax, so it's been a real pleasure to work. I just wish my hand would behave, but look at the beautiful spacing on there, the beautiful sparkle to the diamonds. This is a round, and I do really love this 12-pack set. So hopefully once my hand works better, I can show you a finish on this one and start working on some more, because I do have some art dot news, but I'll talk about that when I show one of the other ones here, because they did contact me with some more information. So I'll leave you in suspense while I cover this. But this is the art dot release paper. Works great, but it's harder to see on video. So that's that one. This one is my first Feel Look art kit. I didn't get very far on it, so I did the unboxing for this. And this was courtesy of Feel Look. This is the one with the very large gems on it. So I haven't gotten down here. I really wanted to finish this whole section here so I could see how the big gem was going to blend in with everything. But I just didn't get as far as I like. But I did get this far, at least. I did get some of her face. I know it looks really light right now, but that's because on the dark colors they have white circles there on the symbols. So it gives a feeling of being very, very light pastel, but it's actually not. I've got a few spots there where some of the darker drills were placed there on her head, so it will darken up as I fill in all those spaces. But there's her face so far with some of her eyes done. So it does indeed work really well. I've been able to multi-place perfectly. The spacing is perfect for multi-placing. So I'm mostly a single placer anyway, but this one is a dream of multi-placing, which is really, really nice. And I do like the addition of the special drills. Now these are, they did tell me that the newer boxes and newer tool kits are only with their newer kits that they're releasing from like this set onward. But they are not like upgrading those kits. So what you get will depend on how recently the kit has been made. But you can contact them if you have any questions. But so far so good on that one. I do like the spacing, like the shininess of the drills. I just didn't get as far as I wanted to on that one. Okay, so what's next here is my large one here from Art Dot, and this is called In the Sun. This is the Simone Grunwald, the first 4 large ones that they had done recently. And I did make pretty good progress on that. So I believe at the end of the last video for the update, I was down here. So I did a whole row and this whole section up here to catch up with the parts that I had done on the first video. So she is done up to here. So I just have this little section and the top. So she is getting very close to a finish. My goal was to finish this one so I could work on one of the newer large ones, but I didn't quite get there. But look at that beautiful sparkle. So the AB drills on this one, perfect placement here and all the flowers. But love, love, love working on this one. It's a fun one to work on because there's no stress. A lot of, I should say, color blocking areas, but on this one I honestly don't do multi-placing. Maybe 3 or 4 if I do feel like multi-placing, but I've been going a little bit slower on this one. I am single placing this one. This is a square, and I've talked about it before. The spacing is a little bit loose on this one, but this was the news that I got from Art Dot the other day. So they have taken the feedback, and as they've been doing really good about letting us test different things out and taking the feedback. They improved the trays. I do keep the trays right here. I have been using them with this. Love the newer trays. They really did a good job of fixing those. Well, they're fixing the spacing on their squares. So they have a new tighter spacing, and they're sending me one to test out here pretty soon. Yay! So they did redo the spacing on their most popular one, I think, of the Simone Grunwald, the cozy reading one with the girl in the bed. And I haven't done that one yet, but I need to work a little bit on the old one, and then when the new one comes in, I'll work a little bit on there and show you a comparison. But that's really good to know that Art Dot continues to listen to our feedback. They are continuing to improve their stuff, listen to the customer, and work on some pretty amazing stuff. So I'll have more Art Dot to show this month, which I'm really excited about, because that would be the one thing I think where I find this one just a little less enjoyable than, say, this one. So this one, perfect. No issues there. But because of the spacing on this one, I do have to single place, and I'm getting up into the area here where we have lots of plain sky. Well, I guess it's not quite so plain. That won't be too bad, actually, for single placing. So if you're a single placer, this definitely for you. But I'm curious to try out the new spacing on the cozy bedroom, or cozy reading, I think is the official name of it. The girl in the bed reading her book, which I think was my favorite of the whole set anyway. So I will be updating you on that this month, but getting there, almost done. So we'll see more from Art Dot in the coming month. And then finally, I do feel bad about this one, because this is my beautiful Diamond Art Gallery, and I did the section for you down here with the flower. Beautiful spacing, beautiful diamonds, perfection. I love it. But I haven't gotten very far. I went ahead and rebuilt this one again just for the filming here. Beautiful, beautiful. One more look at this one. But these, of course, were mostly the dark girls there. I've had no problem with them. Look at the shine and the spacing on that. I just wish my thumb was going to be a little bit better. And I do have an insect there, a little moth. We'll fix that. No big deal. We don't want a moth in our diamond painting. But I cut off some of the plastic here, replaced it with some cover paper, and I'm working at this direction so that I work kind of the whole thing as I go along. And for updates for the month on this one, I do have an unboxing still to go of 2 more that I ordered with my own money, and one of them will be a comparison, because the one that I ordered, it's a beautiful vase of flowers, but it's computer rendered, and Nicole didn't like how it came out completely, so she still sent it to me, but ordered a hybrid of that particular artwork, because it's one of her favorite ones as well. It is a classic painting, so she is going to send me that one as well. So I have the one I purchased plus the hybrid one that she's going to send me, so I can do a comparison. So I need to work on that one and get it unboxed. So I'm hoping my hand behaves for me, because I got so much lined up and so many plans. So hopefully this surgery will work. And boy, today's already Monday, so it's day after tomorrow, so it won't be long. But hopefully I can get more done on this and start the floral, the vase, so that when the other one comes in, I can show you the comparison of the hybrid versus computer rendering on that. And I know there were some questions about the toolkit. So this one was one of the special kits here, one of the limited edition ones. So it did come with the really nice toolkit for free. Nicole did try to clarify on the comments when people started asking and looking on the site that the premium toolkit only comes with the limited edition kits. However, you can purchase a premium toolkit for $25, and for just that tray as well as the pen, I think it's well worth the money. That's a really good price for premium pen and premium tray and all that. But I do have some regular orders. The ones, or one of the ones, I think maybe both of them that I have here that I haven't unboxed yet, are just the standard ones with the standard toolkit. So we'll go over that. But I did purchase one of her trays with that second order, because I did not know that she was going to include one of her premium trays here with this one. So, and I'm not sure if I pointed out, it actually has her name on there. But I do have a second tray that I can show you all as well. So these are the stacking trays. I'm trying to mess with things I probably don't need to here on the video. But yeah, the stacking trays. So I have another one of these. She has a random color choice that you can do. So I do have a tray to unbox. I also have, I've already kind of transitioned into future plans for the diamond painting part of this video. And then we're going to go into cross stitch. I probably should have given you a game plan here. So future plans is Diamond Art Gallery updates, Art Dot updates. I also have a Coup Deals PR package. I'm going to record that this evening so that if I go a few days to a week without being able to do new videos, I will have that for you. I just won't be able to do part of it to show you like I normally like to do, but it's coming, don't worry. So more Coup Deals, and I did get some minis. I'm still waiting on my Dreamer Designs mini order, but it is shipped. It's on its way. Those drop ship from China. So I didn't realize they would take quite so long, but it is probably coming this week. It's been a couple weeks now. So I've got the Dreamer Designs minis. I got the Diamond Art Club Star Wars mini. Got a few more premium diamond paintings over there. I haven't opened or unboxed my two others from Pretty Little Gem, and that's because they don't sell the large ones anymore, at least for now. I emailed them. I haven't gotten an answer back from them, which is a bit disappointing, which makes me a little more hesitant to try to show them and talk about them, because if you can't get them, what's the point of seeing me unbox them? So they've been sitting over there. So I do have a lot of goodies there, but actually what I thought I'd do is end the diamond painting part with a small unboxing. And then we're going to go into cross stitch after that. So hopefully you'll stay tuned for that part, because I think I got a little bit more progress done on cross stitch. But I thought I would go ahead and open one of my Pretty Little Gems on here, because when I do my review videos, I don't title them or show them in a way that indicates there's an unboxing. So they do sometimes get lost in the shuffle. So this is probably a good one to do for the unboxing on one of my review videos, because you can't buy these right now, and I'm not sure if you will be able to, since they wouldn't answer my email. So we'll go ahead and take a look, though. Don't want to waste a good diamond painting, because I did love their spacing and everything with the first kit I opened, which is why I ordered another one. So let's see what we got here. And I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, but they do put the artwork there on the bottom of the box, which is really good for those that stack our boxes. So this is actually a decent sized one. This is a 56 by 71 centimeters. And if I can find the end that's open, well, we'll just cut it. We'll make it open. So let's see what we got here. It is the nice thicker canvas with the scalloped edges, a little bit fuzzy, but I do love my flower bases, and that is what we have here. So as we start moving into fall, I guess I'm thinking spring flowers. That makes sense, right? So I got their branding there, Pretty Little Gem. But these are really nice canvases, and this one looks hand rendered. Looking at that, I don't see digital confetti or anything that looks odd. It actually looks really nice. So I do wish that we could purchase more from them, and maybe they will be coming back. I don't know. So this one, I'm just looking at, has a huge list of colors. I'm not sure I realized it had that many colors when I bought it. I don't think they list that, but this shows 107 colors. I probably would have opened this one sooner if I'd known, because I do love my large color kits. So I'm actually more excited about this now that I open it. So what do we have here for the toolkit? Let's see, it's a pretty good toolkit. You get your standard diamond painting pen with the squishy, You get a standard little tray here. You get nice metal tweezers and a pot here of wax. It looks like, ow, my thumb is popping there. Looks like just one thing of wax there, and then a couple different thin plastic multi-placers. So it's actually a pretty good toolkit. And then I'll just move them out of the way, otherwise we'll be here all day on this video. But I feel like I owe you guys a long video at this point. But here is our huge bag of drills. That is a lot of drills. I really wish y'all could buy this one because this looks pretty cool. So indeed this is a square kit. I probably should have said that. There you can see the squares. I don't think there are any special drills in here, but I have been surprised before. Nope, not seeing any, and I don't see any listed. They end at $38.65, so I don't see any sort of sticker sheet or inventory sheet. That was the one negative that I did have on these, is that there is no storage, no baggies, no stickers, nothing. So maybe that's what they're doing. I would hope if they're out there listening, maybe they did see the reviews and the request for sticker sheets, and maybe they're changing up their manufacturing or something so that they can offer the sticker sheets, because that is the one thing. Kitting up 107 colors here with baggies, I'm either going to have to 3D print more baggie storage holders or come up with something, because trying to keep this many bags organized is going to be nearly impossible. So I'm going to have to either kit up in bottles or something, but that means that I do need stickers. I mean, I have them, I can draw my own, but with 107 symbols, it's going to be kind of tricky. But here's some of their diamonds and some of their colors. So this is how they're bagged up. So you've got the DMC number as well as the amounts there and the weight. So I'm not sure I could show you 107 different colors, or if it would matter, since really you can't buy this one right now. But beautiful, beautiful kit. So I am actually quite happy with this one. So it is really sad that you can't buy them right now. But hopefully I'll keep watching, let you know if I ever do get an answer to their email or any sort of updates. But this looks great. So I'm going to end the diamond painting part of this video here, other than to say stay tuned, because there's a lot coming if I can just get through this next week. And now I'm going to move on to cross stitch, so I'll be right back. Alright, now we're going to move on to cross stitch, and I'm going to do it kind of the same way. I'm going to show any finishes, which there's one obviously right in front of the camera, so I do have one finish to show. I'm going to show you my whips that I worked on over the last month, at least some of them. If I did only one or two colors, I did not include that in here, just the ones that I feel like I made some actual progress on. And then I'll do a small unboxing of a couple smaller items. I placed an order for Biggest Craft, or from Biggest Craft, for a few things, and most of them are still on their way. They shipped them in 2 different packages, so I did get a few items this week, so I'll share that. I counted, I have like 6 videos worth of painting fairy because I've gotten so far behind. So I will be recording a couple of those tonight as well, and you'll see those through the week while I recover. But let's start with what we've got done and not dwell on what we haven't. So here's my one finish. This is a counted cross stitch ornament on perforated paper. This is from the company Satsuma Street. And I love the designs because there are a lot of holiday designs on perforated paper. She also has some regular designs that are counted cross stitch, larger ones, but I like the little ones because I can get progress done. And for my hand, actually, the reason this one got done so quickly, I did this one in just a few days, is because of the big holes. See, that perforated paper is a lot easier to push a needle through and pull it rather than Ida cloth, or actually even weave. Linen is pretty easy too, you just have to count. But see how big those holes are? It means the needle goes through really quick. So this was an easy, fun project to do. This is a partridge in a pear tree. So she's been working on, I say she, they, I'm not really completely sure, but they've been working on a series that they introduce 1 or 2 each year, I believe, and they're up to 5 golden rings. So I have 1 through 5. I only finished the first one so far, but we should be seeing number 6 coming out hopefully this year sometime, or next couple months as we head toward Christmas. So they did release some Halloween ones already, but I suspect the Christmas ones will be coming soon, so we might have some swans showing up. But they are available on Etsy if you want to download and purchase the digital pattern and use your own supplies. You can do that. You don't have to buy the kit, but I purchased the kit for this first one because I wasn't sure what they used for sequins, but they are indeed just basic sequins there. So the way you bead with the sequin is you put your needle up, put the sequin on, put the bead on, and go back through just the sequin, and it holds the bead on there. So I love the effect of adding sequins. So we've got some silver ones there for the eye, and then the gold ones here in the other spots. So this was a lot of fun. A little bit of beads, a little bit of sequins, a lot of color blocking, very simple stitching, but I love the effect, and I love the shades of colors, lots of pinks and light blues in their style, especially for the different retro Christmas ornaments and all that. A lot of different choices there, but perforated paper is working for me right now, so I may do some more of that here, especially as we come into Christmas, and I have my Sandy Cozzolino Santa collection, so I can work on some of those as well. So that was my finish for the month. But I did work on a lot of things, so after I finished that one, I thought, oh, I'm still in a Christmas stitchy mood. So I showed this one, I think, in one of my last whip parades. This was a nice kit that I got from the company Bothy Threads here. This is the 12 Days of Christmas, so I wanted to work some more on that one. So I did this one a little bit unusual because I wasn't worried about the fabric. I cut them out. So I'm doing them as individuals rather than one set of 12 all on one piece of fabric. So I didn't worry about cutting up the cloth, even though the next one is supposed to be like right next to it there, and they share a gold line. I have more of this gold thread, and I have plenty of Ida cloth, so I didn't worry about cutting them out and doing individual ornaments there. But I did get a lot more done here on the background and on this pair, and also some of the gold there in the number 1. So it's coming along. This again is another one. The holes are a decent size, and I was able to just kind of hold it in my hand and work on it. So really, really nice stitch to work on them individually like that. So I did get this one at 1-2-3 stitch in Dallas Fort Worth. I have to start specifying 1-2-3 stitch, which is different from 1-2-1 stitch, which maybe that'll be the next one here, because that's the one I've been working on this week. So this was the unboxing I did, the first unboxing for 1-2-1 stitch. It's a new Chinese company. They work with Painting Fairy, and they do stamped cross stitch. And they have licensed artwork. So I have a few more orders coming in from them as well. And this one was one of the first ones I unboxed, and it was 11 count, and I just jumped on it right away because of the rainbow colors. So I've been continuing to work on it even after my video there, so I've made some more progress. I've been working this direction, and then if I have leftovers of a color after I work this way, I will go do other sections. So that's why it looks all scattered like that. So that's called the typewriter method. You can look it up on YouTube, I believe. Stitchy Mama was the one who showed it first and kind of came up with it. So I'd like to give credit where it is due, but you can see this Ida cloth, nice big holes there, a bit easier to stitch. But the way you work the typewriter method, it's not the order that you stitch, it's the order you pick the colors. So you just kind of work horizontally, picking each color as it comes up next. So my next color is going to be the green X symbol there. And I'll stitch all the green X symbols, and then I'll go back up and see what color's next, and it'll probably be that color T. So if you're stuck trying to figure out how to decide what to work on next, the typewriter method might work for you. So it's not about stitching horizontally in rows, it's about choosing colors and then doing cross country, which is stitching where the color shows up. So that's why some of these way out here are getting done, because I still had floss on my needle after finishing some of these blue colors over here. So loving 121 stitch so far. I think their fabric is awesome. It's nice, thick, easy to work with, not too stiff, and very good floss with the Painting Fairy floss. So I've been really enjoying that stitch as much as I've been able to do on it. So that's that one. Let's see, make a big old stack. I mentioned this one. I found it as I was doing my review last month, and I got so happy because I had wanted to work on this one, but then I had lost it for a while. So I did go ahead, because I had found it, and decided to work on it. So this is a Painting Fairy Mini. And here we go. I finished all the cross stitch on it, and I have started the back stitch. But back stitch does hurt my thumb because you're pushing a needle through stitches that are already done. But I did at least get the little tables and chairs here in the front with the black down there. But there is a lot of back stitching on this one, so you can kind of tell the difference here between without versus with back stitching. So I suspect this one will be a finish by the end of the month, if not early part of November there. But really, really enjoyable there. This is a 14 count, so I did 2 threads, and it looks like pretty good coverage there. There have been some questions about washing some of these and whether the black ink comes out. I actually have a stack that's about this big of a lot of small cross stitches from all the different companies that I've finished. I was saving them to do a finishing video or series of videos on how I finish my small projects, but in order to do that I have to wash them first. So we're gonna do a washing video where I'm going to test out. I have one from Painting Fairy, I have one from KS Cross Stitch, of course I have my Joy Sunday, got a spring brand that's almost ready to go. So we do have all the different brands that I can kind of do a washing comparison of the canvases. But you don't want to put the water too hot, actually. I know it's tempting because it'll go faster, but sometimes you can actually set some colors by doing that, and going too hot and getting bleeding and all that. So lukewarm with just a drop of dish soap is how I do it, and you might have to be a little patient. And I have had on a couple different brands a few of the really dark edges maybe that didn't come out, and I just used a tiny bit of bleach. But I plan on doing a video related to washing these. But there's that one so far, so I was happy to find it. I think this one was 99 cents. Maybe a little bit more because I ordered another one since this one was almost done. I also have the Starry Night one, so all the different mini Van Goghs, there's a whole series of them. And that one I just got in last week. I haven't unboxed it yet, but it came with a little frame this time. So, and this one actually may have, I have a few of those little frames, but I think I might try this one in a hoop for finishing because I measured the size and actually already bought a hoop for this one to finish. So that's that one. Made pretty good progress there. And I bought a while back a new bead project, and I thought, you know, I can't really start it till I finish a bead project. So this is an oldie but goodie. I think this one may have come from VIP Cross Stitch, and this is a butterfly flower one. But part of the reason I don't want to start a new one till I finish this one is because the beads do need to be kitted up, and I used a Harbor Freight container and put number stickers on it to hold the beads. That's been working out for me pretty well. So I have all my supplies in there and my project bag. I want to finish it so I can free up my project bag here. I made this one. I sewed it with some butterfly fabric that I found. So anyway, there's a finished picture, and I did a few rows of this one, but not a whole lot. But we've got a few more rows basically of this flower done. So I'd already worked a lot of the butterfly, and I did some more of this flower. Now I did make a mistake, but I made it way back here and I knew about it like several rows down. That's the wrong color. Oh, my ALEXA thinks I'm talking to her. But that one purple dot there is the wrong color. But I thought I'd reproduce the same error on this wing down here. So I'm going to leave that one there and just call it art, my own design. So still a ways to go though on that one, but just taking it one row at a time. And you do have to be a little bit careful washing these because some of the beads will bleed a little bit. Lovecraft Forever, Natalia has done some videos on washing and what she ran into with hers. She was able to fix it by washing it again, so she had pink beads that bled. But I've also seen people talk about don't put them in the sunlight either because they will fade over time. So you do want to be a little bit more careful with those beaded cross stitches. Okay, I also wanted to get a little bit more counted cross stitch in. This is a set of 9. I have the full 9 here. This is from KK Cross Stitch. I get these at Dream Stitch. And this one is called On the River. I picked the one with the red poppies because I thought it was really pretty. So I did do a little bit more work on this one. But this is counted. So we are working, I've done some of this background here and I've been working up through one of these flowers here into the next. So I think all of this here is new as well as some that's over here from the last time I showed it. But I do have the background here, and this is another difference between designer made counted cross stitch patterns versus computer rendered patterns is the ability to do half stitches and give the texture with a single and double threads and all that. And one of the reasons why I'm really excited for 1-2-1 stitch and why I have a few more orders on the way, because I do love the extra work that goes into hand designing cross stitches, because you can do a whole lot more with the fabric and floss tricks and the back stitching that you can't do with basic computer rendered ones. But I did go ahead and block off some of this with the friction pens, which this will remove in heat, but it does help me extend up into some of these other areas. So that is On the River. We still got a lot to go though. We've got all the flowers up here, and then of course we have the river scene down there, which is why it's called On the River. But enjoying that one as a counted cross stitch. Okay, what's next? My Wadabiz color by color. So I've talked about the color by color stitch along that Wadabiz has. It started in October. Maybe it was September. They just released the 4th color today, so I guess we're in week number 4. Boy, time flies. I think it started maybe September 15th, the week after I had done the video, or a few days. Yeah, I think the 15th of September was when it started. So the idea is that they are using a Wadabiz company, and she has several charts available for the stitch along, and you can still join in if you want, but this was the design I picked. And once a week they are spinning the wheel. It happens on Mondays, and they give us a color number from 1 to 50, and then we work on that color during the week. Now I thought each color would only be chosen once and it would be done at like 50 to 52 weeks, but no, there is no end in sight. So it's just supposed to be a relaxing stitch along that we don't know when it's gonna be over. I guess it'll be over when everybody's tired of it. But you can get the same color drawn more than once. So I was keeping up for the first couple weeks, but not so much now. But hopefully I'll be able to get back into it. So I will show you. So what I did get done, I really lucked out, sort of, depending on how you look at it, for the first 2 weeks, because that is the work for the first 2 weeks there. So both colors drawn for the first 2 weeks are right there, and that was it. So I had only like 105 stitches the first week, and then maybe like 120 the second week. And they were both the maroon colors there in those 2 flowers. But then the third week was a big one for me, and that was this dark blue, and that's as far as I got. So there's plenty more of that up here, through here, down here. It's all that dark blue color. that I should pull this out so you can see it without a glare here. So it's all this, ooh, get in camera here, these dark colors there, 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 there. So there was a lot of that color, and I finally had to surrender, but that's okay. It'll roll back around. But it's a little bit different doing a color by color because you're jumping all over the place. I haven't run into too many ninja stitches. There are a few for this color, but I just left them for now. I'll catch up with them later. But so far everything's gone nice and smooth, but I did not write down what the color was for today, but we have a whole nother color to work on for this week. So here again is the rendering of how this design is going to look eventually someday. But I've been enjoying the color by color community aspect of that, and posting our progress and talking about what color we have and how many and all that. So she has made some designs available as PDFs for those that want to also keep count in Pattern Keeper, because that can be one of the tricky things, is figuring out where all those stitches are scattered of a particular color. But she does offer, with request and a small extra fee, she will give you the PDF chart on Pattern Keeper that then you can keep track. So that is that one. And I'm gonna show just one more. I've done, like I said, bits and pieces on different ones, but this was a new start for me. And you can probably already tell, ow, my thumb is popping, so it doesn't bend smoothly. So I'm trying to get through this, but we'll get there. So I bought this kit. It is a Luca S kit. So I got this one on Amazon, but this is it. This is actually a Jobelin fabric tent stitch, T-E-N-T, or half cross stitch. Very, very tiny. So there's my progress there. Can you even see that? So it is very off-white here. Here's the back. It's a little bit messy because it is so thick. But this is 2 strands on, I believe this is 25 count. Maybe it's 28 count. But I love this. No, it's 25 count. So the fabric here, I'm going to show you the name here because it is Zweigart Jobelin. I love this stuff. I love it. I love it. And so this is like my third kit with it. I have the hydrangea flowers that I'm working on as well, but I loved all the beautiful shading in this. There's no back stitch, no nothing. It's just half cross all the way through. Basically like a tiny petty point or needle point there. So I wanted to at least get it started. Got it started, haven't gotten very far, but it does use charts here, and my needles, don't want to lose those, but it does come with the floss on here with the symbols straight on the fabric or the thread here. So I pull out a single thread, fold it in half for the loop start. And with only half cross stitch, it does go a little bit faster, but you are using a chart, so there is some counting involved. But beautiful, beautiful new project there that's a little bit more needlepoint, but also a little bit more challenging for the eyes. So as much as I want to get that one done, it only comes out sometimes. So how about a little bit of unboxing? That's what we have left here. So I placed an order from Biggest Craft, and I've had hit and miss sometimes with some of the things they offer. It's not on Biggest Craft, it's that they have a lot of budget stuff out there, which means some of it works and some of it not so much. So I wanted to first warn you, because I've got this one. I peeked at this one. I have another one here, and we'll go ahead and box this and take a look. But first I'm going to pop up the picture of what I thought I was buying right here. Okay, so I thought I was buying a kit to stitch a beautiful 3-dimensional turtle and octopus. So I believe this is the octopus pattern or kit here, and I was kind of happy to see them come in this little box. They were packaged with my other goodies here. But then I opened the box and I thought, oh no, something has gone wrong. So you're finding these all over Temu. I've seen them on Amazon. A lot of companies are trying to sell this kit, but don't buy it. Don't buy it. Because that picture is AI, the instructions are AI, and the supplies you get will not make that. So I will show you, just so you don't make the mistake here. So it's nothing on Biggest Craft other than they are selling it like Temu and everybody else, but this kit is not a good kit. So you do get a little bit of stuffing. You get some beads here. Here's 2 of the colors. There's some gold and some brown. I put the eyes, the beaded eyes, in that bag so I wouldn't lose them. You have a little cloth here. This is what the eyes were folded into. And some bright blue and bright red. So that's all the beads. So if you look at that picture and then look at this, you might already be telling what the trouble is. So it came with fishing line here. No other supplies, no needles, no nothing, just a small, and this is a small spool. See, it's not all the way full. So we have stuffing, beads, fishing line, and 2 beads for the eyes. Oh, and it came with some scissor-like things here with a weird end. Not the best scissors there. So here are the instructions. Got a beautiful picture here showing that. So see how we have all this detail with these gold, these light blue, kind of fading there into medium blue, dark blue. I don't see any red anywhere. So here's our 2 shades of big old blue beads. That's all the blue we have. And then this red. We do at least have some gold. And the white and the brown. So looking at those beads compared to what this is supposed to be. So here's the instructions. And it says, here are the detailed steps. Making the octopus head spherical body. Cut a piece of fishing line, thread in 5 main color beads, pull tight to form a ring, and cross the thread ends to pass through the first bead, forming a 5-bead circle. Then our next step, expand the circle. Add 1 bead between each bead in the next circle. That would actually be, 2, because it says for a total of 10. So you turn 5 into 10. 5-bead circle, 10-bead circle. Continue to expand. Weave in a 6-bead circle for 3 to 4 layers until the diameter is about 5 centimeters. Well, we were at 10 beads. How do we then do 6 beads for 3 to 4, and how does that make it larger? So you see the circles here, the circles there. There is no way. This was done, it looks like, more with wire. So see how it curves off in various different directions there and everything. And then for these, you string the light blue beads and then go back and weave in to get the other ones and then try to move them around to make them stretch. So anyway, what I figured out is the instructions have to be AI, because it makes no sense to go from 5 to 10 to 6 and somehow get a head that looks like that. It's just not going to work. So I have a feeling that AI was involved in the making of this. Maybe they saw a picture from when somebody did and they thought they could reproduce it into a kit, but this did not work. So I got the octopus for 1 kiddo. I'm not even sure how I can attempt to make that work with those instructions, but I thought we'd go ahead just for fun and open the other one. So if you wonder, do I always love everything and, talk about how amazing everything is? Not so much. If something deserves to really be talked about as being impossible, I will if I need to. So here's the turtle. Should we start with the instructions here? Here's a really cute turtle. So we've got, again, rings around the eye, a head that's pretty neatly shaped. We've got all these different designs going there for the back of the turtle. And here's our steps. So this is supposedly going to make that, which I really don't think it will. Make the turtle shell bottom layer, add them in. Start by stringing 6 light yellow beads, then loop them to form a 6-bead ring. Add 1 bead totaling 12, so again we're doubling. Third layer, add 1 dark green bead every 1 bead, creating an alternating green and yellow ring. Use only dark green throughout, adding 6 beads per layer, totaling 3 layers, diameter 5 centimeter. Top layer closing. Last 2 layers, subtract 1 bead every 3 beads, forming a dome shape and leaving a hole for the limbs to connect. What? Creating the head and limbs head. Thread 3 brown beads, loop back. Well, you get the idea here. Limbs are symmetrically fixed. Limbs, each leg is threaded with 4 brown beads. 1 paw, 2 leg, 1 joint, and then the ends are looped and knotted. The limbs are symmetrically fixed at the 4 corners. So that's impossible. Each leg is made with 4 brown beads, and it's going to look like that? No, it's not. So, not even close. So, obviously, this kit is a scam. Do not do what I did and fall for it. So, we've got the stuffing, the wire here, our little bag that has the scissors in there wrapped in this little bag, and the 2 beads for the eye. And these are our colors of beads. So we've got light blue, brown. Didn't it talk about dark green? There are no dark green beads in there. We have light blue, brown, dark blue, and gold. So to me it seems impossible to do. So yes, use only dark green beads throughout, adding 6 per layer, totaling 3 layers. Yeah. But I just laugh here at the limbs. I didn't realize it was even going to be that big. I didn't realize it was even going to be that bad. Each leg is threaded with 4 brown beads. Paw, leg joint, and the ends are looped and knotted. Limbs are fixed at the 4 corners of the turtle shell. Yeah. So don't fall for these, please. Don't do what I did. But I thought I'd try. But this is not on Biggest Crap other than to say don't sell these. And they may have figured that out already, but Biggest Craft, if you're listening, don't sell these beaded 3-dimensional kits. They're bad. But let's move on to more positive things and show you what actually worked out. So first is this one. So this is a company that Dream Stitch also offers. I bought several of them. They do some dimensional stuff and magnets and things like that. So this is a little girl magnet. And there's a set of like 16 of these. I want them all, but I thought I'd start with a couple actually. So they sent one in this first package. The second package I think has 2 more. So I bought a few, but they are very affordable and nice small kits, kind of like ornaments here. But we will look at what we have. So we have a picture here of the little Thumbelina girl. And we print on nice thick fabric, nice thick paper. So we have a chart here that has a little bit of back stitch there. I'm not going to show the whole chart because this is counted cross stitch here. But you do have, looks like, 20 different colors here because we have 1 through 17, and then these last 3 are blends. Then we do have some white French knots and 3 different colors of back stitch, and we have 3 different colors of beads on this one. So it is a beaded cross stitch. It is on 14 count, 36 by 60 stitches, so it's going to be 6.5 by 10 centimeters there. And here's our bag of goodies. And what you can see here, it's on the plastic, which I love stitching this for Christmas ornaments. So that's why I saw these and I had to jump right in. So let's see what these come with, because I haven't opened this yet. But I've done some of their magnets, so I kind of had a pretty good idea. So we've got some gold beads and a few black there mixed in with the white. We have 3 different needles here, 2 for cross stitch and 1 for beading. They're the really thin long beading needle. Don't hurt yourself. We have a magnet. We have some sticky backed felt here, and then we have the plastic canvas here for stitching. So it's not quite as big of the holes as the perforated paper, but it's still got holes punched throughout. So that's where we're going to do our cross stitch. And then we have, well, it's tied in a bow. I think they may have always tied theirs in a bow as well, but that does make it nice and neat and easy for packing. But we're going to mess it up here. And it does come paper floss card here, but you can see 18 different DMC numbers here for the colors. Not a whole lot, and it should be a nice easy stitch, but it is counted cross stitch, which means you start in the middle. So you find the middle of this, the middle of your chart, and you work your way outward from that. But cute little kit, very affordable, and really a nice little picture there. One more time so you can see. So I do have a few more of those coming. So that is a positive. That is a kit that's going to work. The other thing I saw that I was really curious about is the mini Mona Lisa kits. So they have several of these. So this is what a mini Mona Lisa kit looks like. So if you wanted to try one out but didn't want to go for a big one, it is 11 count. It is 24 by 24 centimeters. We do have some needles that came with it there. And this is size number 26. Feels like there's usually about 2 in there. I'm not going to open it. You have your cross stitch instructions there, your product instructions. Oh, I thought I was trying to cover up a chart. It looks like maybe there isn't one. So you've got cleaning and care and all the good stuff there. And then we have our cute little canvas here and our threads. So there is no chart, paper chart that comes with this, but it is small enough that that is where they save some of the money, because these are really, really affordable, and they have a ton of Christmas ones. So I love the fact that Mona Lisa is coming out with these cute little kits. So this will be doable by Christmas and might make a good Christmas gift. I could see it mounted in a hoop like they did there. Nice little display, but really, really simple chart and nice big holes on the fabric. You've got only a few colors here on the color key, and it spells out. You can see the word Merry Christmas in there with the yellow, but looks promising. And here, of course, are our Christmassy colors. Not a big fan of these particular types of cards that have the slit on them, but I have all my bobbins and things. I will transfer these over to something else, but there's really only 5 colors there. It shouldn't be difficult at all, but that is really cute. So I do give a thumbs up to the Mona Lisa mini kits that are coming out. So that is that one. You notice I have so many big cross stitches going on that I tended toward the minis. And then I hadn't opened or purchased a spring kit in a while, because Biggest Craft does have a few of the more premium kits that come in from time to time. Not quite as many as Dream Stitch or Painting Fairy, or now 121 Stitch. I need to include them. But they do offer the usuals, the Yishu, Huacan, Spring, a lot of new Joy Sunday ones coming out. So I picked out this rose here for a spring brand, because it is just kind of fun to unbox a spring brand kit. So as you can see, this one doesn't have the plant on here. It's just a plain project thing here, which means this should be 11 count, and I can't remember. I'm pretty sure, yes, it is 11 count. So that means it is the ecology floss. So you can tell the true 100% Egyptian cotton floss ones, because they have that green plant on the side, and they are 14 count or smaller, 14, 18. But if you get the 11 count, it's ecology floss to make it a little more affordable. But it does come with the project bag here. We have our floss, not too many colors in this one. And they always protect the canvas here in the plastic bag. We have the instructions. I'm going to put those off to the side. Whoop. I put the whole pattern on one page here. So let's see the number of colors here. We have, looks like 31 colors in full stitch here with no blends in that list there. We do have 5 colors in back stitch, we have a half stitch, and we do indeed have some blends over here. So even though this one is small, you can see the detail there, including some of the different colors of back stitch that are going to be in this one. It is a quite colorful design even for the small size. So it is 120 by 110 stitches, and well, let's take a look. So we will get it out of our protective plastic here. Aw, isn't that cute? So it's not too big. It is a nice size. That is 11 count, but you can see quite a bit of detail there with a lot of different colors there. So we're gonna see how many total DMCs. It's hard to tell with the blends. We have 38 symbols if you count the 31 that are single color, our one that's half, and then our 6 blends. That comes to 38 different symbols, not counting the back stitch, but they don't print the back stitch on here, so you do need the paper chart for the back stitch to see where those go. But it looks very, very clear. Lots of different colors they used in the printing, making it very simple and very easy to read. Well, I shouldn't say simple. There's going to be a lot of color changes in this one. So if you wanted to practice various techniques for stitching, like Royal Rows, ROWS, if you've heard of that, it's a technique where you work on 2 rows at a time, kind of moving the colors. It's a very systematic way to work on a high confetti piece. If you want to practice diagonals or any other parking methods, I do have, that's the other thing I was going to remind myself to tell you, is I did try to put a post up the other day. I tried to organize all my cross stitch tutorials into a playlist. So I do talk about the various techniques for doing a high confetti piece in one of my tutorials. It is the one with the little elf, the sea, I wanted to say seaweed, but it's not just seaweed, but the sea life elf. The gnome, the goblin, whatever name you give it, gonk. I did a lot of different technique mentioning and showing on that particular one. So you can use something like this to practice all those techniques. So looking forward to stitching this one because it's a quick and easy stitch, and it looks like some of these leaves are just outlined there with the plain Ida showing through. And yes, that symbol there that outlines the leaves is our half stitch. So we do have a little bit of texture going on. We can look again here. So all, boop, get where I'm in camera view there, all these leaves here around the edges, those are half stitch, so it won't take quite as long to do that. So, and indeed, you kind of saw a little bit accidentally, but there's a little sample of the paper chart, and it looks like the symbols on the chart match the symbols on here, which is always nice here. So yes, indeed, you only have one set of symbols because they use the same for both the chart and the kit. So that's a cute one. So VIP cross stitch and Biggest Craft, I still purchase from them from time to time because I do offer some of the more budget friendly ones that you can't get at some of the other places. But I haven't shown my world map. I only got about 100 stitches done on it. That one you have to like grip and hold in order to work on it because it's such a large piece. So I'm hoping that my surgery in a couple days will make life much easier on me. I promise you it's really not a big deal, but it could go a long way into making my hand a lot more usable so that I can get stuff done, because it has been frustrating, and that's kind of what's put me off on making some of these kind of videos where I show you things, where I do tutorials, where I do stitching chats and all that, because I have to take lots of breaks and just can't do things quite as well as I'd like to. So I'll be back. I'll keep recording some videos here tonight, and I'll share them through the week, and I will update you on how things are going for me. So stay tuned, and thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting my channel, all the good stuff, and I will continue to keep the diamond painting and cross stitch rolling And my best advice is to try to hide from the news for at least a little while. Find a craft, find a way to go to YouTube and relax. And if something is frustrating you, you can always hit the stop button and move on to something else. So that's all I'll say about that. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more.